I remember to unmute the mic. I'm very proud of myself. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. It is noon right now, and I'm Dan with Avanos, and today we are going to be finishing up this dungeon. Now, we had a really cool time doing this dungeon last time. We came up with some really cool lore. Um, and I did the sky. It's one of the deep miners. I kind of liked it. Also went in and kind of colored it. He's a little too bright for me, so I'm gonna redo that. But anyways, yeah, good stuff. Welcome to the stream. Again, my name is Dan, and we are doing the dungeon today. Last time, as a recap, when we did this dungeon, we created kind of in a desert area, a basically a enchanted copper mine. Now, in the copper mine itself, at the very base of it, once the miners started, they found this big old pillar. Okay, we're not going to, and this is a little later. We'll do this a little later. They found this big pillar. They activate it. They found that it would warp space time and all that fun stuff. And then they built around it. And they found, as they built around it, the copper in the area. Um, you could modify the copper if it wasn't in sunlight. And so they started this big business. Once the copper is exposed to sunlight, it becomes like a metal and hard. Uh, Hold on. Well, it's telling me my bitrate's low. I wonder if I can fix that. You know what? Not going to worry about it today. Okay, so what we have here is we have a shop. This area one is pretty much the entrance. That's where guards would be placed. Area two is the shop where people would come in, would trade, and all that stuff. Over here, if we go down the hall, kind of this way, we find a guard room. And of course, guards and a little opening for them to come out. But over here, we have a secret guard entrance. And this is for guards to watch the stairs as well as anybody else coming in. Because, yeah, this is probably the only place in the world that this type of ore is found. And it's kind of this oxidized coppery ore that's everywhere. Um, if you come down the stairs, you get this is the big artisan room with storage facilities, big old basalt pillars, and a ton of other little things here and there, little storerooms in 3. Then we have 4, which is this giant spiral staircase, and we have 5, which is this overlook. That's what we did last time. And we got kind of a ways to go. Instead of just doing this in Affinity 2 photo, I am going to use, yay, we're going to use TaleSpire. TaleSpire is an amazing, probably best TTRPG software that I have ever. Oh, don't show that. All right. Well, latency says it's horrible, but I don't believe it. Oh, that's true. You guys see that string key? Would someone go back in time, do me a favor, and see if you guys saw that string? If you did, we're going to have some issues. I have to restart. Okay, so this TaleSpire. TaleSpire it's a really good piece of software. Really well done. It's really easy to use. However, if you used other 3D software, a little clunky, just a touch, because it doesn't move like any other 3D. Well, it moves kind of like um, Unity, but it's not that bad. It just kind of takes a little while, and by a little while, I mean a long while to get used to. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just adding just a couple little things here. There we go. Build control for size, and I did put the secret guard chamber in here. There we go. Now that's in there. Everyone's happy. So again, this area here, if you can find my mouse here, follow the stairs. This area is where they sell stuff. That's where the shopkeepers would be, where trade, commissions, and stuff like that would take place. We have a guard room here. We have a guard room here. Then we have these long flight of stairs that goes all the way down to our, again, still learning it a little bit, this room here, and I'm going to put a spiral staircase. Also, what I am going to do is ooh, ventilation. That is a great question. Okay, sweet. Ventilation. Yeah, that's a great question. In here, let me find something here really quick. Architectural feature. All right. It's called a wind catcher. It is found primarily throughout. It's an evaporation chamber. Let's see if that does it. Yeah, there we go. You have water on the bottom. You have air intake. Water goes down, cools, rises up. So in this case, that we probably need to put a couple of those towers in. Is that cool, Penguin? Yeah, let's do that. Let's put a couple of towers in. Let's start. Got to find something that kind of looks like that. Now that's a little big. What I am going to do, though, I do like this program a lot. However, um, I want to actually sculpt this into something really unique to us, and I'll do that later. But I'll show you my process once I get done with that. But uh, TaleSpire really, really knocks it out of the park. So this is going to be our first area. Our second area is going to be now this. Go ahead and we are going to now make a new level, if I remember how to do that. Okay, we're going to name this. Create a new board. Here we go, here we go, here we go. So let's go back to that old board. Sorry about that. Wherever we put this. Uh-oh, where is it? Who news? Oh, you guys get the general idea. I'm definitely not seeing it. I might have screwed up on something. Oh well. So we'll just create something new here. We'll start kind of out near the bottom. Kind of zoom a little bit. We have in our old place, we have a giant, and this is probably where Penguin's cooling towers are really going to take effect. We have this giant wall that goes all the way down into the earth. We're talking deep. And then they create everything up to here. So let's go ahead and make a base level right now. We're going to go caverns this time. 2x2 set. And again, these are just wonderful little sets. I do want to make a set that you guys can 3D print. Put up, move it right there. That's great. And we're going to make, well, let's see, our wall faced this way instead. Okay. Don't know why it does that. I don't know if it's a error or if it's a visual thing, but man, that drives me nuts. That's okay. There we go. Okay. Let's make this cavern real big. Okay, we'll have this area that's been hollowed out, and maybe we'll have not seen too many little mine things here, but we'll go ahead and make some mines. Wonder if we got maybe something a little bit better. Sure, no, Palisade, nope. Again, I can't recommend TaleSpire enough. It is an absolute. We do this instead. Got a ruined temple here. That's again, it does take getting used to. If you're used to Blender, or if you're used to Blender, or well, let's make some minecarts here. We're gonna make our staging area right here, not against the wall, because that leads to work injury. Like working. Trust me, I know. But yeah, it's very much if you need control of every little tile, TaleSpire is definitely the way to go. So we will put some tracks there. Maybe there we go. Used to it. All right. So here's our little track thing going on. Again, we're just going to shuffle it a little bit. We're not going to spend too much time finessing things. I'm just going to make it in a different program. But this will let us get a feel, get the layout feel, and all that stuff. I will be making this in another program and then 3D printing. Actually, layout. I will be making this in another program, and then I will be getting a 3D printable or a object you can open in Windows or a 3D viewer. Okay, there we go. Nope, not you. There we go. So there's that. Okay, we're going to have this be our lift. So here's Mr. Lift, and we're going to make a platform really quick for that. The control button it moves the block placement up and down. The only problem is control is usually, for me anyways, is usually made so that, I'll say that. See that. We are like base of our elevator. We'll raise our camera up so we're not cutting off anything. There we go. All right, that's kind of our base. That's where stuff goes. Let's make some mega dungeon. Oh wow, that is indeed a mega dungeon. Good grief. Oh, I don't want to use this actually. We'll do it later. We'll do it later. Creation, cobblestone. Where is the dungeon? Well, where's the cavern? There's the cavern. Okay, so let's now make our primary route would probably be along these tracks. So we're going to use those kind of as our... Now, I'm also not going to put any walls up, per se. We're going to use this track to kind of fill out the dungeon. To answer Penguin's question, I think we got a little bit of issue here, so let's... Sorry, things aren't square, and that's going to... Now that I built sets for Lunar, something, and something that's not square is going to kill somebody. Unless that's what we want. Okay. Well, no, that's platform. Everybody's going to be fine with that. Now I'm obsessing about it. I apologize. Friends, let's put some slabs on this. Does take a little time to place, but man, is it good. All right. And again, I'm not sponsored in any way, shape, or form by TaleSpire. Just practice. Can you see anybody else in chat? No, no. Okay. Okay. I will check switch. Okay, so now that we got those, let's go ahead and make... We're going to have this part of our cooling tower, or the air that's coming through. And we're just going to make it a really big pillar. This will signify this is our cooling. All right. And that's going to bring our fresh air, so there's no one allowed around that whatsoever. Hello, Ronnie the Zombie. Good to see you. Good to see you. We are in now the cavern phase of our dungeon, sir. And we are getting ready to kind of, expand it, make things cool. We're using a program called TaleSpire. Highly recommend it if you do a lot of stuff online with friends, like online tabletop, uh, a virtual tabletop game. It is absolutely crazy amazing. I used in this because it's a lot more interesting than what we had. Hope everybody's cool with that. For grins and giggles, let's actually put a wall in. Oh, someone wants my undivided. I'm streaming, so I don't get it. We'll put a wall there, just to kind of get a feel for it. Oh, no. That. I don't know if I like that wall too much, but beggars, choosers, and all that. We got a different wall. Let's use that instead. We'll just move this back a little bit. Again, click and right click gets rid of anything you put down. I don't know if there's a batch selection tool. I hope there is. So we will grab our back walls. Where are they? Right there. Nope. Yes. Here, go all the way over, leaving 2 off. Boop. This is okay. So we made. Let me find it. I redid this in TaleSpire. Else might delete. I think it is. Okay, here's our first part that I recreated in TaleSpire. Again, this is the entrance is over here where my mouse cursor is. Then we have the shop place. That's where, how do I control mouse? Okay, this is where people buy and sell stuff. We have the guard rooms. We have the long staircase that goes down. We have this room that shenanigans take place in. We're going to have the spiral staircase. So let's go ahead and go back to our previous room. Okay, there we go. So this is our room we are currently in. This is like, I don't know, 100, 200 feet down. And we'll be using this room to kind of start staging where the dungeon gets weirder. There's also some fun tile sets in this that we'll kind of rock out and use, but kind of give the picture of what TaleSpire can do. Again, I'm very fond of this piece of program. It's relatively, I don't want to say, let's say inexpensive is probably the right way to say it. But they just keep on adding crap to the software, and it is amazing. Okay, so there's our basic first. Let's do some offshoot caves. So these are actually mining areas. These blocks are 10 by 10 feet. Only problem is, I wish I had some curved blocks here in this cavern. But that's okay. Beggars, choosers, and all that. So we'll make a little cavern here. Maybe some offshoots here. And again, with any type of structure, regardless if it's a dungeon, if it's even someone that's absolutely off their rocker creating something, they need someone to create it, and those people are going to create it in the most functional way. Yes, this is the room on the other side of the manager's office. So this room would be, if this was the image, this is the image we used last week. And this goes down. This just keeps on going down. So if we were to do this 3D, this would be like 200 feet all the way down. And then our area would be like way down here. Then maybe caverns and stuff like that. So this is a big staging area where everybody places everything else. I'm also going to place a bunch of, just some cameras. Let's say they meet up. That'll be fun. Is there a comment about wanting a round object? Just do some one by ones, that'll make it look nicer. Okay, so we have 2 caverns, and let's say we have another little mine. Let's say that mine goes over here. Maybe we'll start making some really claustrophobic. Gonna have straight splits and stuff like that. And maybe this guy too. Maybe up here. Now we don't know. This is probably where those miners. Let's see. Let me find that image. This is where these guys dwell. All right, and they've been warped. They've been changed. Stuff has happened to them. I'll color this later. My first coloring last night was to learn some additional software, and he looks like a giant 40K. I'm very badly painted 40K sorcerer. So I think I'm going to go in and change some stuff on him. But anyways, that's where these guys dwell. These guys are your big miners. And how they mine, let me write down this lore so we don't forget. And get chat up. There we go. All right. Okay, can you guys see what I'm doing here? All right. So let's just make some kind of, winding mine paths. Doesn't really, no sense or reason. You're just making these little paths to see if you can get into something. If you can find a vein. I'm using right angles because miners like right angles because they're a lot more sturdy. Okay, I think that's kind of cool. This is one of the offshoots. And once we find, let's say we found a open area with stuff we wanted. Let's say we got that. We're gonna are those. And then let's get these. Oh, let's make this efficient. This polygon. So they probably mined up this room as such. And they probably. Oh, the drawing? There you go. You guys see that now? Will it let you see that? Why does it not let you see that? It's annoying. Still can't see. Well, that is let's see if it's TaleSpire. Still nothing? Okay, well then we will do this the hard way. You see that? Wait a second. It's not showing that either. Still can't see. Oh goodness. Hold on, let me check some stuff here. It might be a me problem because it is me. This game. Wait a second. Oh, there we go. All right. Yeah, this is our little deep miner. Yeah, it was my problem. It was my bad. So here's a deep miner. It looks really cool. You got some crazy stuff going on under there. If this was a human, your human would be about. Well, let's kind of draw something here. Your human would stand about right. Head, shoulder, body, torso, legs, arms. So these guys are significantly bigger than what we've seen before. Oops. Guess we'll close that. But also, this is the guy that you probably couldn't see. I drew this guy last night. needs some work, but I still kind of like it. My son pointed out it looked like one of those Awakened Sleeper from Morrowind, and I was like, no, I have to change the design. I appreciated that feedback. Okay, let's do some little branchy stuff. Stuff where little nasties can live in this tunnel. That's cool. All right, so we have our mine here. And now let's go ahead and let's make some roads, some inroads. And let's go about 200 feet this way. And we're going to make this do the same, but we're going to make this a little more patchy. Maybe we got some blind corner. Nah, I don't like that. We're not going to do blind corner right there. This is our main thoroughfare. This is your initial tunnel that you would dig. Again, control is the one button on pretty much any software that you use to look around. So I constantly hit it and adjust the elevation. Okay, so let's say that's there. And let's go every 10, 20, 30, 40 feet. We'll have a little offshoot. 10, 20, 30, 40. 10, 20, 30, 40. As such, at such. And on the other side, would stagger this because we don't want miners to die. Adventurers, on the other hand, but not miners. Okay. So we have our little offshoot rooms, and we're just going to make these into just kind of standardized. Going to make these a little bit weird, so, you know, it looks like we're actually... These would be offshoot rooms. You'd also have a trough of water leading through this place for ventilation. Because if water moves, air moves, and air moving is important. Put some little offshoots on these two, so it seems like they've been digging, but apparently, maybe we'll make one of these a successful, a new tunnel. But right now, okay, so this is what we're currently looking at. Then we'll have these offshoots and stuff like that. Can I send back? Okay, well, that works. Okay. So the question now is, we have two big questions, and I can't see chat again. I gotta check that. Okay, sweet. So we're in this area. We know they've been mining. We know that there's shenanigans afoot, but we need to decide. Let's kind of construct. It's not it. I do that every time. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. Make a little another minecart here, and maybe we'll have this. Hey, look, guys, it's Vermintide. You guys ever want to play Vermintide with me? I will do Vermintide because there is nothing better than a good game of Vermintide. Okay, so a track there, and let's say this track just keeps on going. All right, cool. Now we're going to make another room. What this looks like? This looks like meatloaf. My wife makes the best meat. Just saying. All right, so we're just going to make a little offshoot here so people don't have to carry all these horribly big things. Why aren't you letting me? There we go. Okay, so there's our offshoot. And then for this cavern, since everybody's working on railroad carts, we're just going to make a smaller walkways to help support this. Now the walls I am not putting, well, I could put walls down. I might as well, right? Right. So if we're doing that, we are actually going to use correct walls. Alt to adjust that. So that's kind of what our walls are going to be looking like. I probably should just use these instead of my other tiles. Stop doing this. Again, me problem. So that's kind of what our caverns would look like. if I were to when we go in and model these, they'll look a lot different. Hopefully a lot better. So if we were to have walls, this is kind of the pattern. I do have to keep my phone on if it's my mom and I have to run. She's getting on in years and also take care of a my aunt that's disabled. And so if she calls, I go. Kind of like yesterday. So where's this guy? Will not let me slip. There we go. Okay, you guys get the idea of how the tunnel should look. Well, this one, let's go ahead and here's our next question. Um, Standard mine setup. This is basically your standard mine. And let's say for every few years, things have gotten a little bit, they've expanded the mine and so forth. So I'm just going to kind of crank out this part of the mine. Again, you'd be opening up new tunnels as such, going in straight lines so you can reinforce them. And then every so often you'd be making an offshoot. And if they connected, wonderful. Except the hard part, though, is if they do connected, you may have times where your structural viability just goes out the window. So you'd have to be very careful. It's like if we were to put like a cross section right here, that'd create an enormous. You'd have 4 wall points of pressure, and if something went wrong, that's going to be the first place that people will get it. So we'll make a couple little offsets, such. And let's say they found a couple rooms here. Let's grab this guy again. They found a couple rooms. We'll just do it this way. They broke through, and this is current mining spot. They're following the vein through. Next, what we're going to do is, once I get this stuff done, we're going to be talking. So this is kind of, now that I looked up mines and how they were made last night for this episode. Holy crap, I actually did homework. I know, I'm scared too. This is basically how mines work. But let's say this area here is really rich. And so we'll have these rooms that they've mined out. Again, if they connect, yay. If they don't connect, that's fine too. Just as long as you're not making these 90-degree corners. And again, this is according to definitely not Google because it sucks right now, but according to some articles and some plans and stuff. All right, so here's kind of our mine area, just kind of straight and boring. So let's get unstraight and boring. Let's start making some. I wish I could curve these at like a 45-degree angle or something. Um, let's do this. Do this. Unconventional. There we go. Now we're gonna have some fun. That wouldn't be there. This guy would be here. Yeah, we're sharing polygons, and that's usually bad. Whatever. The mine shaft there, and then we're going to do switchback. Well, we already did the switchback. Go, there's that there, and then we have. Cool. So they've been working here a very long time. that's the case, then we have now a question of how far our little buddies here expanded. You know, I'm using these blocks just so I don't have to go back in it. Cool. It's right here. Where is it? And you can overlap the crap out of stuff in TaleSpire. That's. I just realized this video I put under Activision and awareness. This is definitely not awareness. We're having fun in this channel. Well, unless something really egregious happens. I'm pissed off. Right. Go. And then let's go ahead over here. We have a mine area over here, and we need to get material out of there. We're going to take some of these bricks out. We're going to run yield this in. Make a little turn here. We do have these side corridors. Again, kind of square, kind of not my first choice, but I have another program that is absolutely, well, I'll be using the 3D modeling in that. It's called Asset Forge. And it is a wonderful little program. It's a modeler's dream because it actually makes all the UVs, all the the high detail things that you need for models. It packs them into the model so you don't have to do it. It makes life so much easier. Let's do this here. Yeah, okay, so that's kind of what we're kicking with right now. Let's move here. All right, so we have our, oh crap, let's fix that. Sorry guys, it'll drive me nuts. There we go. And then let's make a little offshoot. Ours miner, I'd come here. So I come here and just run my track. Slow. Okay. So we kind of figured out how these guys mine. So in our adventure here, that is going to give us this is kind of the environment people are walking into. We're going to call this the scene because that's the world of entertainment where I came from. And all this area here, we're just not going to worry about now. Oh, there we go. We're just going to, oops, nope. Put a lot of tracks and stuff, and we can make some bridges or whatever that. Again, definite me problem. We might have something come here. There we go. Over here. We're not gonna worry too much now about this part of the map. What we're now gonna worry about is the shenanigans that go forward. All right. So over in this direction, then over towards over the right of the screen, that is going to be where all the shenanigans are at. All the mining, all the copper and crap like that. And let's turn our attention to let's do some shenanigans with the train tracks here. Because if we use the train tracks, well, the cart tracks in this case, if we use those, we can use them to do a general layout. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to make a general layout with these tracks. And we're going to do the layout to the weird place first. And then we can back build it later. That way we get to the good meaty stuff. Stuff everybody's here for, especially me. There. So if your players are in here, it's kind of a open maze, I guess. So we can like put other little tracks here. Oh no, I want you to give Dan one. Down there. Hello, little buddy. Another switch there. New train tracks could be so fun. I guess there's people that like this. I mean, there's model train enthusiasts. More power to you. So that's kind of. Let's come over here because I'm kind of getting a kind of fun feeling about right. Let's kind of make. Let's assume there was a natural seam here. But it's all like wibbly wobbly. And that's kind of this is our first really curved surface in this dungeon. And we're going to run with that theme with where we're going stuff. There we go. And now we're going to change our, for grins and giggles, cavern, lava cavern. Oh, heck yeah. I know we have lava cavern. Okay, we are going to make this feel like a definite. Let's go back to castle. I mean to dungeon. Cavern. Cavern, yes, cavern. We're going to put in this thing, this thing, a little bit that thing, a little bit that thing. That is going to allow us to move carts wherever we need. There, 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 there. Okay, cool. Now this is where the shenanigans begin. Which way? Down or up? Spots or switches in the intersection? Ooh, yeah, no, that's cool. That is definite. Let's do that. Let us make some switches. Hey, I remember how this works. All right. Oh, check this out. Check this out. I forgot about this. Hey, we got a minecart. Yay! There we go. I'm just gonna wonder if I have any Morgoth. Ooh, new tile set. We'll use that a little later. Alice. I'm just gonna have this represent our. No, that's a bookcase. That's not gonna work. Here, we'll have this represent our switch. So our switches would be. Good question, Dan. Where would our switches be? Switches would be here. Switch would be here. I wouldn't need a switch. This guy over here would need a switch. So let's go plunk one down there. One down there. All right. Oh, we need one there. Here, I'll plunk this guy there, and everything's set. Those are going to be our switches. Now, there we go. So now we have this right here. We have this big kind of open thing. We could actually say, you know what, this area that we're in right now is kind of our dungeon technically. I'll check that out. That's cool. We'll use those here in a second. And with that, I wonder if I can select everything. Control A. Oh, let me. Come on. Hold on. Oh, what did I do? Whatever. Okay, whatever. So the question here Ooh, let's put like some, let's put some creepy pillars near this thing so they've kind of built around. Creepy pillars. Then we'll make some caverns. We'll keep going with this cavern thing. Just put a couple so it looks like an actual room. All right. Once we're done with the final room, I'm gonna show you guys Asset Forge. Because if you're a 3D modeler, once you see this, it's going to blow your mind on what it can do. One of the hardest parts of that rock doesn't go there. One of the hardest part of modeling, besides UVs and besides a couple other things, is that creating a base mesh is really, really, really. Some people love it. Some people don't love it. If you're in a rush to do something, I guarantee you don't love it. Also, if you're starting out, first mines. Should we put more switches in, Ronnie? More switches? If you want more switches, I'll give you more switches. Make more tracks and stuff like that. Yeah, might as well, right? Gonna have some fun here. All right. This guy goes here. Again, we're just really, if you're joining right now, we're just really roughing this out. All right. We're going to do some more little crazy. Now, again, the stuff I did wasn't based on today's mines. It was based on the, oh, I want to say Newcastle, but I don't think that's right. Basically, the old English coal mines is where I got this information from about the 90 degrees and all that other stuff. If they find a vein, they just go nuts, though. So let's come back over here. This is kind of our end goal over there, and let's come back maybe over here and let's start some shenanigans. Yes, yes. Okay, so let's first of all that another one that goes there. Let's turn the guy to he flip that. And we'll just go that there. So we'd actually have a switch house here. Oh gosh, no, we didn't. That was a mistake. Oh, you know what we should do? We should have these carts loop so they meet up again. And that way, like, if your adventurers decide to, we might have something down here, and we always want to leave the possibility for a high-speed chase in a mine. Why? Because that's hilarious. Put some switchbacks here, 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 here. Back. Put another one right there. Yeah, all the mine stuff. Ronnie, one miner passed away because he took a joyride on a minecart and didn't know what switch was flipped, and he broke it. Oh. You know, if I was in a mine, that's probably how I'd go. I'm not even joking. I'd probably say, "Hey, let's have some fun," and yeah, that is probably how Dan the miner's life would have ended. We're just gonna like maybe, because we don't want it. We don't want this to come here. But let's go ahead and it's like the miners once they got over here, things started getting real weird. We're just gonna loop back here. We'll go squiggly on this one too, because, you know, that's fun. All right. But, other thing here. You could like really mess with your group you're running by like having them on a hard time. Meaning if they're in a minecart or something here, they'd have to be like dead on with timing and stuff like that. Otherwise, you know, necks could get broken. Right, this one, this guy. If anybody knows um, how to select multiple tiles in TaleSpire, please let me know. It would save me so much. I'd be very appreciative of it. Okay, so there's that. And this another junction here. Line puzzle is hilarious. Makes me want to go see Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. I know people don't. Well, it's better than Crystal Skull. Ugh. Sorry, opinion. Um. Oh, I got something. Okay, so what if? So this is kind of where our mind's going to be and stuff like that. But what if? What if we had the mines go around the entire area? So here's where the shenanigans are. Okay, what if we had like our mine carts? They pretty much hollowed out around it. Feel sorry if you guys are playing the old Gygaxian rules that you have to have someone map out the dungeon as you explore it. We're going to make that a little adverse. And of course, we could rust the switch or have the people, have your adventurers have to get out of the switch. I mean, not the switch, but get out of the minecart. Yeah, I'm not too fond of Crystal Skull. I know that people might like it a lot, but Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom was just a romp. Other than that lady always screaming all over the place. I like it. If this was a place that was sacred, you might have mines to the first couple of, I don't know, maybe plans for the first couple layers. Okay, so we now understand that the miners have mined out all this. Again, kind of roughing stuff out. Now, I've done a lot of cave exploring, but I really haven't. Well, let me rephrase that. I've been into some mines I shouldn't have been in because, you know, but they weren't really like what we think about as mines. I'd also like to, if I have some relatives in Nevada, up in the Ely area, and they have some super big gold mines and other ore mines and stuff like that. I would love to go to an industrial mine and see what they're doing. I think that would just be so splendid. Oh, sorry. Hey, Dwarven. This is TaleSpire. Let me kind of show you where that's out. I really don't care if you guys can see my Steam name because running stuff with you would be fun. I can change it later. Oh, go to the store page. The cool thing about TaleSpire is it's this, and you can pretty much make anything you want. It's a little slow, but it is absolutely amazing. What you can do with TaleSpire is right now we're just roughing out a dungeon, but you actually let's say you had some people. Let's see, do we have? Okay, where's we'll put some elves here. We can like I'm in build mode right now. There's two modes. There's play mode and build mode. So if we were in turn-based mode, how do you? Yeah, it has a ton of stuff you really do. And you can also publish stuff if you need to. But it has a ton of, if you can see down here, you have a ton of like, um, ton of characters. It's the elves, you got fae, you got giants, and they look really good. I'm just in build mode right now. Let's see if I can close build mode so you can actually see it. There we go. So you got your characters, and you move them, and they actually do stuff. If you right click, they can like can attack somebody. Yeah, that's great. I'm gonna do that again. Emote stuff, and you can. Let's see. Let's go aberrations. Oh look, aberrations pop up. Oh no! You can easily move them around like that. They can, do stuff, which is neat. They can fly. Cool. Torch, yeah. Give them a torch too. So yeah, that's this TaleSpire. The cool thing though on Steam, and again, not supported. They do have a free copy, a guest copy, that you just get your friends to download it and you can play on a board. If that makes any sense. So let's go back to build mode and let's flesh this out. And what if they had dragons? Dragons? What if they got the elementals in? Check out giants. Okay, very cool, very cool. Oh yeah, Raiders is wonderful. So yeah, just a tabletop RPG. There's some really crazy builds. We're just doing this for grins and giggles. So let's make this into a well right here. And this is where the bad stuff, well, this is where, when we start going down, we're going to make this kind of a spiral staircase down. And in our previous draft, this is going to be where our little crystal is. So this guy here, we're going to make this room next. Go down there and do that. We're going to do a new map. It's one-time purchase. And if you go to their, yeah, it's a one-time purchase. It's like 24 bucks. Um, where's their news? So this has been out for a pretty good while, but they are adding stuff. Like they have a whole Shogun temple. They patch it constantly. There's more stuff. Kitchen sink. It's technically, and I use the words technically in early access, but you can kind of see what's going on here. But yeah, they keep on adding stuff. It keeps on getting better. Any of the backers, this was on a Kickstarter. So like, here's all the stuff they put in for free. Anything you get, anything in the Kickstarter or anything like that is yours to use. All right, so we are now going to let's go with aberrations. I haven't seen aberrations yet. Oh, well. Ooh, okay, that's cool. We're going. Or do we want to do something? We'll hold on to these aberrations. Let's go. Okay, we got some. I want a curved surface. We want to change up this from. Got castle. What's castle? Ever lava. Freaking lava. I do that. Cobblestone. All right, sweet. Okay, let's start. This is where we come down. Where your adventurers would come down. This is our landing. And actually, let's actually go a bit higher with this. So we are now going to go is up here. We're going to come all the way up here and start our map. Just remind me, I'm not allowed to roll because that bad thing's happen. Okay, so this is where the characters are going to come down. Your intrepid party of adventurers, as they. And this is when we're getting into a dungeon. I don't want to say proper, but it's going to be a dungeon that. Come on. You know, this is where the bad stuff is. If there's traps or anything like that, or monsters, this is where there be monsters and all. Yeah, you can see that it's a little camera control's kind of a pain, but it's not too. If you're used to it, once you're used to it, it probably just flies. But as you can see, I'm definitely not used to it right now. All right. There's a platform our adventurers come down, and let's go ahead and let's put in. We're going to start working with some stairs here. Or stairs. Oh, we got pillars too. Let's do pillars. Creepy pillars. All right. Yeah, Torben, I completely agree. I don't think they are going to make STLs of this, of their assets. The reason for that, of course, is, they've got a business and they want people to buy their product. And I completely get that. Can I lock this? No? No, well, let me lock that. That's fine. So they're probably not going to release the STLs. But what we're doing in this, I'm just kind of getting a general layout. Yeah, I think that's this right here. I think that is the lock. Let's see if I can jack stuff up. Yeah, no, I apparently can. Yeah, that's not a lock. What is that? We're just going to leave that alone because I don't know what that. Oh, and also, if we want to be evil, we can add water to this. But we'll wait on that. We'll wait on that. Okay, so here is our initial room. And again, you can put anything you want here. Need to move these. Ah. There might be a way to lock the layer, and I don't know because to make a really complex build, I've only done just like square battle maps in this. The reason I wanted to use this program is because it's a lot more interesting than me just drawing a picture. And that's, my personal opinion. So let's go ahead and now add some stairs here. All right. Then we are going to add another. Let's do this. Make a kind of a platform here. I just right, get out there. Got how to move. Okay. So let me show you. I might as well just show you my solution to this. There's not any locks here, except that, but I don't think that's what. Oh, well. Just make some stairs, make a platform, and then I'll show you my solution to 3D printable plans. So we come down here, et cetera, so forth. I'm going to introduce you guys another little wonderful program. And this is just a really good way to, we could have done this, but I thought it was going to be a little less cinematic. This guy's Asset Forge. You can find that on Itchy, whatever. If you look at Kenny's tools, that's where you want to go. So basically what this does is you can kind of make the meshes for pretty much anything. Find that dungeon. And there it is. All right. This would be a dungeon that we can make. We just put it in here. And this basically acts exactly like if you're navigating Unity, but a little bit on the side to control. That's what I like about Asset Forge. So I've got these blocks now, and let's go ahead and just dork around with this a little. Let's put a door someplace. There's some doors. Here's another door. And if this was things are scaled correctly in this, and I really like it and appreciate it. Here's say that we have a door here. Got how to rotate that space. That's it. We have stuff like this, and maybe a pillar or two. What you can do with this is that you can, let's add a texture to this. Pop some textures there. You can pretty much use any texture. You just load it in and you're pretty much good to go. Let's use stone. There we go. It's stone now. Let's say we're really happy with this. Asset Forge has this little here. You can do a sprite or you can do a model. Instead of that, let's go with the FBX. Presets, merge blocks. And generate me a color map. Y is up. Scale at 100%. Oh, that'd be awesome. Okay, so we've just exported that little bad boy. TaleSpire does not like to close. So we will. It is going to pull up in Blender. Or Blender can crash. That's cool too. That's cool too. There we go. Oh, that's right. It's ACI. Okay. Do not export it as a FBX if you're going into Blender. Let's just go OBJ. That's fine. The reason why is Blender doesn't recognize the binary type of FBX model. So let's go ahead and refresh that. Uh-oh. And boom, we have a mesh totally ready to go in Blender. Let's delete our default cube. And if you notice, we actually have correct UVs on this model. And it's already assisted the UVs. We have really good geometry. All those doors are okay, but great. And we can pretty much do anything right now. So usually what I do on this, I would take this. Well, you can export as an OBJ, and there's a way you can get custom assets into TaleSpire. I don't know that right now. Forgive my ignorance. Let's see here. Community content. Filled with fog. Content. Yeah, sure. Go into Steam. But Steam does have a community content or TaleSpire that you can go in and download stuff. You can also, yeah, so you can get like people do stuff like this. You can, I'm not 100% sure on how to do this. Otherwise, I'd add some crazy miniature. You can now add your own miniature to TaleSpire. Also, if you have a Hero Forge character or anything like that, you can actually bring a Hero Forge character into TaleSpire, and it'll import just happy. There's an integration there. I think that that was really smart of them. Okay, so we make a staircase, etc., and so forth. Yeah. Well, let's see. I need to check on this now. Author, if you're doing this. Okay, so Lord Ashes has a tutorial for this. I will go ahead and grab his. I'll just post it in chat really quick. Yes. Okay, if you guys, huge tutorial on TaleSpire with this, guys. I'm using it to plan out right now, not necessarily create anything here. Well, create this, but get a plan out so I can take it into Asset Forge and really go kind of nuts. Where the heck is my cat? There it is. Yeah, check that guy out. He has most of your, he's going to answer a lot of questions for you. Okay, so let's kind of finish this out. This is our entrance. Okay, I can't go higher, so that blocks it. So here we are. We're gonna have a switchback here. Well, switchback meaning down. Now we're going to switch over to this aberration thing. I don't know why this is wood. I'm not seeing any stairs. That's okay. We'll just maybe start with something a little bit different. And this is just to signify we have a structural change, nothing much else. Let's start with some more primitive stuff. Found something. Oh, okay. Well, glad I just found that. If you hit X, it moves your height to where your cursor is. I don't know. Oh, wow. Check that action out. So this is going to be where our deep miners are, guys that really don't want you. Well, it's a question of, since we're working with a corruptive entity or whatever's, well, the thing that's kind of, we have a giant pillar here that is messing up reality. And it is starting to merge stuff that it really shouldn't be. Okay. Again, I'm used to different control schemes. I apologize for that, guys. Playing around with this for a couple days. Okay, so we're going to go into kind of a courtyard thing. Going to bring this all the way down. And then we're going to get some like really rough and stuff here. That seems to, but we kind of want to make this area kind of wonky. Up to build. There we go. So we have our build plane. Maybe 30 years ago, we had these miners come to this area. And they discovered this place at the very, very bottom of stuff. We could make a door here. That's kind of, maybe go all Skyrim on us. That. Walk into this. Excuse me. Oh. Let's add some more stairs down. Creepy stairs going down. Fun. And for grins and giggles, let's add some other stairs. Asset Forge, let me get you the. This is where I got it. But you can make some crazy, crazy stuff in Asset Forge. Where is my chat? Chat, where'd you go? Let me show you guys something I made in that. Oh, where is it? With SS Forge, I think I'm gonna have to search for it a little bit. You guys can see my horrible. It. I think this is it. It's freaking huge. Yeah, 300 meg. Come on, little buddy. You can do it. We believe. But yeah, no, Asset Forge is absolutely amazing. I usually, if I'm doing a project, I will take it into, I will take the model, tweak it a little bit, and once I tweak it, I will take it into ZBrush and do a bunch of crazy stuff with it. But yeah, I really enjoy Asset Forge, and it has. I got the deluxe version, so it pretty much has anything you want. Also, yeah, I made this in Asset Forge a while ago. Yeah, and that was all kit bashed in Asset Forge. And because it had such good UVs, I just slapped some paint on that, Substance Painter, and just went for it. So, Asset Forge, good times. Really should do like some sponsored links. That's okay. Okay, so we have our stairs going down. We're going to finish this up really quick because we are approaching a time where I got to go do some stuff for my mother, who's 80 and her sister's 90. By gosh, it's all about family. I will get this done. Also, I will be on a little later. If you guys have Vermintide, it is definitely a violent game. You can turn off the blood, but there's going to be evil rat parts everywhere. Yeah, anytime you want to play, I absolutely adore me some Vermintide. It's a great way to. Well, our house back in 2010, we had neighbors that left, and they left some grain bins in their yard, and needless to say, said grain bins attracted mice. Ever since then, I hate mice. Now, rats I like. Rats are classy, but mice, do not like mice. So we're just gonna make these stairs, and again, just plotting stuff. Also with 3D models, I don't want you to get into just the standard disclaimer. It is if you start getting into Blender or Blender, I have my opinions about Blender. I think it is probably some of the best software out there, and I'm extremely, extremely, extremely biased towards Blender. The reason for that is I don't have to pay a subscription. It's free, and it's also once you know Blender, you can pretty much do anything 3D wise. It does everything okay. It does some things great. It does everything okay. It's constantly being updated. So it's good. But the thing I use Blender for is UVs or like simple modeling. If I do anything else, like heavy modeling, I'll go into programs such as Plasticity or Maya or other things like that. Uh, if you want to learn Blender really fast, let me recommend this to you. It's kind of a rite of passage for anybody that learns Blender. I'll link it here. This is the Blender Guru. I'm going to put that in chat. And the Blender Guru is absolutely, you can finish up all his tutorials in less than a week. A bamboo. Oh, nice. Yeah, I had a Wacom third generation. No, Wanhao 2 version 3. And also I bought a Creative Labs something else. In storage, I have a bunch of resin printers. And my buddy, yeah, the donut. Make the donut. If you make the donut, once you're done with the donut, you'll be good to go in Blender. I promise you. There's other things like movies and grease pen and stuff, other things like that. But the Blender Guru, he's fast, he's efficient, there's no bull crap, and he's free, which I really appreciate. So yeah, Blender Guru. Okay, so here's kind of our layout. We have this going on, we have some stairs that go down, and once we get to our lowest area, oh, looks like we don't want that. No, you're good. Go. Once we're down here, we want another shift in tone for map. So we are going to symbolize that with a little bit of aberration tiles. Now, these are fun. They have stone tiles that are aberrations. Oh, they want the whole the whole HP Lovecraft route, which is fine. Okay, we will put that here. Another one here, put another one here. Yeah, let's make a tunnel. Let's make a fleshy tunnel. Ooh, that's kind of went from Lovecraft into Geiger. Great artist, creepy as heck. Don't look him up. Not safe for work. But like this kind of cool. There we go. Wall. All right, then we'll do kind of a door thing. Well, is this a what? Okay, columns. We'll switch these out every. Let's see. We want this to be kind of our showpiece. We want this to kind of really impact anybody there, anybody that comes through this. And by impact, I mean scar horribly for their lives. So we'll put some effort into this part. There we go. So yeah, if you're coming downstairs, spin. Oh, yeah, you get hit with this. Second you come downstairs, you get hit with that. We need some small little tiles. There we go. Now we are getting into our big bad crystal thing. So we'll keep on going with the fleshy tiles, because I find them hilarious. That's not going to fit right. Maybe this stretches down, maybe a little bit of more defensible position. And ooh, that's cool. Sorry, I'm getting way distracted. Yeah. Right. It's been about 2 years since I've been in this program, and man, they put a lot into this. All right, we'll just oh god. All right, now that we have that, we're gonna come down to our creepy hallway. Smaller creepy hallway. Oh, where's my creepy hallway? I should have made that square, but meh. Oh, it's gonna bug me. I'm sorry, guys. So we changed from kind of a mine form to we changed from a shop to a workplace into a mining structure. Oh, you're home. Oh crap, that's not going to work because it is going to cut off our tile. Okay, let's get rid of these two guys. Maybe they open up. We'll have this open up because you know what? Why not? Oh. Oh, that's what the green thing is. The green thing is the where it renders. Okay, well that's good to know. I'll just left that up there and we won't worry about it. Okay, that's actually a pretty good idea. Now let's get rid of these guys. These guys. The more I'm using this, the more I really like the mouse interface. Can TaleSpire export to maps to a virtual tail? Let's find out. The answer is let's find out. Okay, the developer says they have no plans to do that at the current time. That kind of stinks. That's okay. I'm going to make some tile sets. I think I'm going to make some tile sets anyways, because that's something that I would like some more practice on. And yeah, it's one of the things that I had to learn a while back is that um, the best thing you can do for peeps is make whatever you're creating be able to be used in a why are we doing that? That's why we're still getting used to the tool. That's okay. Okay, we're going to put our rocks right here, here, right here. It does really have that certain blocky aesthetic feel to it. Right. Meaning, sorry, like dwarf forge boxes. Then we're going to go to our castle or one of these guys, and we're going to make a round pit. If I can find. You know what we should do? We should really just throw things on its head. Nah, let's not do that. On second thought, let's not do that. Give some pillars. Yeah, the props in this are absolutely ridiculous. There is some like this is just all the building stuff they have. This is the constructs, furniture, food. We want to do some aberration stuff. We can. Let's just grab this guy and like slap it on here. Kind of make things a little more consistent. I don't know what this is. Ooh, yeah. So, TaleSpire. Okay. Okay. So we are now going to make. Let's use these. Let's not worry about that. Again, we're just laying out. Oh, I got to get going. Okay, let's go. Let's go. I want to get done with this. I need a giant crystal. I need a big, giant. Cool. A big, giant crystal. Ladders, lights, miscellaneous. We'll use this. We won't use too small. The thing though is if you can import stuff into TaleSpire, unless it's coded. If it's coded, then we got a bit of a problem. If you can import stuff, you can definitely export stuff. Okay, we're just gonna make this our crap. Something big. Okay. This is just gonna be a MacGuffin we're just gonna place. Be the reality warping crystal because it got some kind of cool that going on. Then we'll make a base around this. If you guys give me a couple days, I will get this dungeon made so it can be exported or used in a game engine or whatnot. You guys can use it however and whenever you want. Well, you know what? Let's do this. These kind of are silly things that are kind of cool looking, but I don't think we'll do our pillar of, I don't know, reality warp and shenanigans here. And the question is, there we go. That's going to be our pillar. Something wrong there. Basically, in our drawing, we had this kind of, well, in our original drawing, in our original plan. Oh, God, that is not up. Guys, if you've been typing, I am so sorry. I am a spaz. Okay. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to be back later. I'll throw something up. Discord information's in the channel. Just go ahead and grab that. I get distracted easy, but this is the chamber I'm going to make. Walls, big crystal, stuff like that. So I'm going to go take care of stuff now that I'm late because I am horrible. And yeah, I'm going to log off and call it there. I will see you guys next Tuesday. We'll probably do a campaign map on on Wednesday and Friday. And I will get this. My big project is to get this model, make it look really cool, give you guys a full dungeon, and maybe even some tile sets. So awesome! Thank you guys very much for coming. I'm Dan. This is All About Novus. Yeah, check Discord out if you want stuff because we have a ton of stuff there. All right. How do I? And thank you.